they say in Ireland. Right. Just give us one sec. The meditation's coming. I just have to check a few little multi-streaming things. I'm all right on Instagram. I think I'm sort of okay there. Just let me check Facebook to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear on Facebook. We're going to do a bit of meditation in a minute. Just one sec. Okay, all good. Great. How are you? How's the day going? Good? I hope it's good. It's all right if it's not, but I hope it's good. Okay, so this is a time for a bit of meditation. This is part of the further emergence work that I do. I won't get into that now. I'll explain what further emergence is all about after the meditation. So this isn't a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. I meditate throughout the day. This is just the one I do on the internet. And there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just the one that I do. Now, if you... somebody's saying they love my art. Thanks very much. Inasila. Great, thanks. So if you're used to meditation, brilliant. But if you could just hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to it. Because it's a funny thing, meditation, people sort of feel like they should know how to do it. Like if they've read about it or heard about it, and people say, "Oh, I do meditation," they sort of feel like, I should just know how to do that. And I'm basing that on people saying to me quietly, what do you actually do? So, as I say, lots of different styles. This is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. What I'm trying to do is connect with a part of me that I connect to every night when I go asleep. It's not the dreaming bit, it's the bit after dreaming. Because I'm going along, I'm dreaming, and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, which is a mysterious place for me, I find, because I've no thoughts when I'm there. I've no memory of being there. I've no body. I've got no country. I've got no stories. I cease to exist pretty much, certainly in the way that I normally register my existence. And when I think of it like that, that sounds awful. That sounds like death. Yet I love going to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So somewhere I know that that is a good place, and that's the place I want to go to when I'm meditating. I just want to go there consciously. So straight away, if you're new to meditation, don't lie down when you're doing this. Because when you lie down, you close your eyes, your body just goes, oh, it's time for sleep. So you'll either fall asleep or you'll battle sleep, either of which is very distracting. So yeah, sit up. You don't have to sit in a lotus position or anything like that. I'm not. Unless you're comfortable sitting in a lotus position, in which case far away. I'm just sitting in a chair. Make sure if you do that the chair you sit in is not too comfortable, or you'll be back into the sleep problem. So, as I say, no thoughts in this place that it's my intention to go to in my meditation. My mind can't seem to get there, so I have to figure out a way to work with my mind, or to sort of part the curtains of my mind so I can get into this lovely meditative place. So what I do is I just make an arrangement with my mind where I say, would you mind not thinking for the next 15 minutes, please, because we want to do some meditation. And at this stage my mind is on board with that. Wasn't always the case. There used to be a little bit more resistance to it. Now it's okay. It's like, yeah, fine. Okay, let's do that. So that's good. Then to stop thinking, that's pretty easy, because regardless of the content of my thought, the structure of my thought is pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it. I'm not thinking. So that's good. And then as soon as I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. Now, the practice of meditation goes parallel, and, they work together with the intention of meditation. So my intention is, as I said, to go to this deep, mysterious, calm, all the words that you read about meditation, still, Zen-like, that place, that mysterious, possibly eternal place. And the practice of meditation goes along with it. And it kind of starts as soon as I stop thinking, as soon as I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. And then what will happen is a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking. I'll go, oh, I'm thinking. So I stop thinking again. I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. Then a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. I go, oh, I'm thinking. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. And so on. I just repeatedly, every time I discover that I'm thinking, I bring myself back to not thinking. That's the practice of meditation, and it goes with the intention. And I'm alerting you to that if you're new to meditation, because it's easy to get the misconception that when you meditate, your mind is like a lake and there shouldn't be a ripple of thought on it. That's not the case at all. And I'm basing that again on people saying to me things like, no, I tried meditation. It's not for me. It's not my thing. I was thinking a lot. I think I have a very busy mind. It just doesn't suit me, which is a shame, because it comes from that misconception that, you have to sort of wrestle your mind into submission and make it just flat. And if you can't do that, then you're, rubbish at meditating. What happens in actuality is it's more of a dance. The two, sometimes you'd be very still and in that very, peaceful, mysterious, beautiful place, and then sometimes you'll find you're thinking. And both are powerful, because whenever you're in that place, it's very powerful. But then whenever you discover that you're thinking, you go, oh, I'm thinking, and you bring yourself back to not thinking, that's really powerful as well. Because the sort of things that you'll be thinking about, if you're like me, will be very personal to you. You'll be thinking about the things that, are in your life and that are about you. And every time that you kind of go, oh, I'm thinking, I'll just turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, indirectly you're saying to yourself, you remember that thought you just had an instant ago that you thought was you and was really important? Well, you just made that disappear and you're still here. So you're not your thoughts, you're something else completely. So that's pretty powerful. And the fact that you do that repeatedly, that's very powerful as well. So if you find that you're thinking, that's fine. Just keep coming back to not thinking. Don't add to your thinking by thinking that you're not very good at meditation or you're thinking too much. There's no, prescribed amount of thoughts that you should have in a meditation. The power comes in just every time you discover that you're thinking, bringing yourself back. Now, while all that's going on, I'm also becoming more aware of my body and letting go of tension in my body. And I have a kind of system for that, because it's too vague and soupy when I close my eyes in there to not have a system. So I scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again, very slowly, very gently. And anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to do that, because it's very natural to just, breathe it away. And it's also a good way to remember to breathe, because it's quite easy to hold your breath or stop breathing altogether during meditation. Also, as I'm scanning my body, I'm paying particular attention to any structures that go, transverse in my body. Because mostly my body goes head to toe, runs head to toe longitudinally. But anywhere that goes across it acts a little bit like a log going across a stream. It can just, pick up the twigs and the branches and the leaves, anything that's coming down the stream. Except in my body, it's tension. So I'm paying particular attention to my eyes. A lot of tension can be in there. My jaw, my tongue, the base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, they all go across. So shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my feet. If you're new to meditation, a nice quiet room is very helpful, where you're not going to be disturbed, because as soon as you close your eyes, your hearing will amplify. And one of the things that triggers thoughts is little noises in the distance. The quieter the room, the better. I set a timer for how long I meditate for, and again, that's just to help my mind. It's just one less thing to think about. So I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, but if you're new, I'd encourage you to set yours for 5 minutes, and then just repeat that 3 times. Because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. Okay, so just let me quickly check if there are any questions or anything. A few questions about artwork. Happy to answer them at another time. Okay, good. All right. So off we go into the mystery. Okay, if you feel like you've gone very deeply inside yourself and you feel like you need a bit of time to come back from there, then yeah, take that time before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space, then just open your eyes. And if you lose it when you open your eyes, lose the inner space, you can just close your eyes again and reconnect with it, and then just open your eyes again and close your eyes until you sort of have equalized and you can hold both. Okay, well, as I said, this is part of the further emergence work that I do. Further emergence is about growth, specifically inner growth. Our bodies stop growing when we're adults, but we keep growing on the inside. And sometimes we can go through growth spurts, and that can be quite disorienting, where things move very fast. And people have described it to me being like, you know, they wake up one day and their life just doesn't look like it fits them anymore, or everything just looks different and they just feel out of place. Or it can be physical symptoms. They can have debilitating symptoms that they can't get really an answer for. They're not life-threatening, but they sort of, it's like they press the pause button on their life. Or it can just be a sense of, you know, growth, continued growth. So I do these meditations every day just to help with all of that, because there's a lot of further emergence going on. There's a lot of inner growth going on. I also do Zoom groups. Every week I have a group. And that's to sort of help with the feeling of isolation, really, or being on your own with it. Because when you go through further emergence, you can sort of feel, one of the things people say is, oh, nobody really gets me anymore. I can't really talk to anybody about this stuff because they don't know what I'm talking about. So the further emergence group is a way to connect with other people and see, oh, I'm not the only one going through this. And it's a bit more in-depth meditation and questions and just more of a community, I suppose. So yeah, they're every Friday. I do post the videos of those. I think I just posted last Friday's today, so that'll be on the different feeds, because I have the Further Emergence Instagram account, the Further Emergence Facebook page, and the Further Emergence YouTube channel. So whatever is your preferred channel, you can keep up with what's going on. And then I also work with people one-to-one, and that's all part of the same kind of Further Emergence thing. So yeah, if that sort of resonates with you, or you want to find out more, furtheremergence.com, you can go to the website or any of those channels I mentioned. So let me check now for any questions. No. Okay, good. All right, well, thanks for meditating with me. See you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.